Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And so we have both of our panels finished, and today we are sewing those together. And I think that's it, but let's just play it by ear. So at the top we did some half double crochets and singles right in here. We want to put those together, and I really want make sure that you put the back side together, the back sides together, so that you could tell the back side from the front. The front has the waffle stitch and the back is just smooth. So we're going to put those together because we are going to use the invisible stitch to stitch these together. Yeah, we are not using that, are we? We will be later. Let's see. I need needles and I need scissors. I thought I was ready. Sorry about that. I am still using the Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK. This orange that I put the border on. And then you're going to need one of these needles. I'm going to cut some yarn and thread up the needle. And I always sew the shoulders together first. I don't know, it just makes sense to me. But if you do something different, then do it then. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find my single crochets. See, there's single crochets on both sides here. And put all of my half doubles together. And I'm going to put a pin. I'm going to pin these together where I'm going to sew. That way I don't go over what I need to do. And I noticed this material was starting to curl a little bit. So if you pin it down, it'll straighten it out so you can see your stitches better. So same thing over here. See this side, this curled a little bit. That's why I like these. These are for, these pins are for sewing, but I like them because they keep everything intact before, so I know what I'm doing here. And I need another one right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this shoulder, and then I'm going to sew this shoulder, and we're not going to sew the neck. Of course, we don't want to do that. And we're going to use the mattress stitch, which is, it's an invisible stitch. And I'm wondering if I need to bring you closer down so you can see what I'm doing. Alright. Okay. I'm going to take this first one out. Alright, and so I'm going to... We go into the front of the back and the back of the front one, if that makes any sense. And then I like to take and make a knot And then I'm just going to sew this in as I go. If that will. I'm not sure if it'll do it, but we'll find out. So I'm going back over here to this first stitch, and I'm going down in the first stitch and up this stitch, the next stitch. And then I'm going to go across, and I'm going to do the same thing, only it's the back loop of this front one. I did the front loops of this one. So I'm going to go down in and up the next one. I don't know if that'll sew it in. I think it will. And so I'm going to go to the next stitch, because we already did this one. We're going to the next stitch here, and we're going to go down in and up the next one. And you're going to go across and do the same thing. Down in and up, except for it's the back loop of that one. I don't know if you could see that I'm going so this is the one we did this one before. We're going in this one and up this one, the next one to it. So down in and up, and that's front loops when I do the back panel. And then I come to the front panel, I'm doing the front loops. So we're going to go down in and up. I'm just going to pull it. Pull it so you can't see these stitches in here. I'm using the same yarn, but you can't see that I stitched that up. See, that's why they call it an invisible stitch. So we're going to go to the next one. We did this one. We're going to the next one, making sure you can still see me. And down in and up, front loops in the back one. And now when I come to the front one, I'm going to go down in and up in the back loops. And then you just kind of pull it tight. But not too tight, because you don't want to scrunch this. It'll scrunch if you're not careful. Alright, so here we go. In the back, we're going in the back panel in the front loop, down in and up the next one. And now we're going to go to the front panel, and we're going to go down in and up the back loops. And that is all there is to it. It makes a nice stitch, and you have no idea. They're all pulled tight together. And you can't see the stitches. We go all the way across the shoulder, and then we're going to skip this part, and then you're going to, because you're going to, you know, make your knot over here and then fasten off over here. And then right here we'll start on this side, and I'll probably turn it this way to do it, to do that side. I'm going to get my shoulders done, and I'll let you do the same by using that stitch or whatever stitch you want to use, but that's the stitch that I'm using. And then we'll be back to show you what else we're sewing together. Okay, so we've got the shoulders sewed together, and now I'm trying to decide where my armholes are going to go. Right after the shoulder, of course. And I think that we're going to go about 9.5 to 10 inches. That looks about right. So I am going to put my pin right in there, because I'm not going to go past that point. And you're going to do the same thing for the other sleeve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my sides together. I'm going to pin them together like I did my shoulders. Sometimes it's just easier to pin things together. That way it stays together on you. And I'm just going to pin all the way up to that pin that I had my stopping point. And I'm actually going to start, I'm going to turn this around. I'm actually going to start right after and then work my way down the whole side. Which is right here. Yes, I put that in there. I'm like, what did I take that out for? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right after this pin, and I'm going to work my way down. But doing this stitch, all you have to do is measure your yarn and give it a little more or less, because you want to be able to sew in ends. Just measure it down the side of that, and that should be long enough to do the whole thing. So I am going to go down into these stitches. I'm almost going to like sew the end in first. And then I'm going to go back up the same stitches to where I'm started. So what I did is I kind of like sewed that in first, and that's why. So now I'm going to find the first stitch. I usually work over there first. After. These two stitches after. So I'm going to go down in and up the back side of it. And that's the front loops, like I did before. Actually, that's not what I want to do. Let's see if I can bring that out. Bring it out. That's not what I want to do. Sorry. Alright, so I sewed my end in, like I was sewing in, and then I'm going in this back stitch right here, and in the front one right after the pin, and then I'm going to make a knot. I'm going to knot those two together. And it really wouldn't hurt to do two of them. There. Now I'm going to start my stitch. And I'm going to go in the next stitch after that well, I'm going to start with that stitch and going down into it and up. Well, this keeps coming out. Down into this one and up. And just keep going. Going down and up. See, just like we did the shoulders, we're sewing the sides together the same way. And you just keep going until you end up all the way down the sweater. If you measure your arm, and this guy's arm is about 20 inches around, that's why I went about 10 inches, because it's better for the arm to be bigger than not, because then it'd be hard to get through. So all you can do is measure around your arm, and whatever that measures, cut that in half, and you'll measure, that's what it'll be. So say that your arm measures 15 inches around. So it'll be 7.5 inches this way then. And that's how you determine where your arm, but this guy's arm is about 20 inches. So that's why I made it hit 10 inches, because I'd rather have more to play with than not enough. So now that I've got everything started, I can get rid of that pin. And I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to do the other side. And then we will be back. I'm going to do this side and the other side, and then we'll be back. I'll see you then. Alright, bring you guys out. I have everything all sewn together, the sides and the shoulders, and that is all we're going to do today. Next week we are going to do the neck and the bottom of it, because we're going to do a 2-inch ribbed bottom. I'm going to do a ribbed neck as well. So we're going to do that next week. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.